Hello, my crafty friends. It's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and today I am sharing with you the January 2022 Simon Says Stamp Card Kit. There are a couple of envelopes in here, a little piece of candy, these self-adhesive gems, this full-size Gina K Glitz Glitter Gel in Seafoam color, which is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to use this on a project. Then just a little advertisement about the Positively Pets little foam things. This 3D embossing folder is snowflakes. I honestly thought I had it with another embossing folder, but I do not, so I'm excited about this one. These are beautiful. It's hard to see because it's so clear, but I will use it soon in a project so you can see what it looks like actually embossed. And then there's these pattern papers. They're double-sided. They're beautiful papers. They're more of a glossy, heavier. They're not like a card, like a regular paper weight. You know, when you get pattern paper, they're the thicker ones that kind of have the glossy coating on them. I hope that makes sense and you know what I'm talking about. So they're different, like winter themes. Some of them are a little bit Christmassy, but nothing too bad. We know I'm going to hoard it anyway, so I'll probably use it next year. Most likely anyway. I love this one. This one is, I think, my favorite, that ombre color and moons and stars and just a kind of a grayish one. So just very pretty paper. And then the stencil is a very delicate snowflake stencil. I highly recommend using some pixie spray on this, or because I have tried to use this once and I ended up making a mess because I didn't have it tacked down well enough. So I'm waiting for my low-tack adhesive to arrive before I tackle that stencil. And then the cardstock is some white, a purple, the navy color, I believe. Yep. And then your idea sheet that gives you a little jumping off point if you need some help with that. And then the stamp set, which is called Warmest Wishes, my lord. And I love snowmen, so I had to get this kit because of the stamp set. So now I'm going to make a quick and easy project using the contents from this kit. And I am using prize ribbon and villainous potion, right? Is that what it's called? I absolutely love these two colors, and I am doing the bokeh technique, and I have not done this in forever. So I decided that would be a great way to show off these little snowmen, is kind of have a snowy looking scene and a sky behind them. And I will tell you that I do make some adjustments to the finished card after I finished filming, because once I get done and my snowmen are placed, I didn't particularly care for the look of it. So I will share a photo at the end of what I just added in a snowbank just to ground my snowmen and give it a little more of a finished look. And I like how it turned out much better. So I'm just adding the villainous potion to around the edges of this panel, and then I will work my way to the inside. I end up putting it everywhere, and I'm not going for a perfect blend. I wanted it to be splotchy, so I'm not worried too much about the blend that I'm doing. I have a question for you guys. Anyone else have villainous potion and it smells terrible? Mine stinks so bad. It's the only oxide I think I've ever owned that smells. It's got, I don't know what kind of odor. I can't even describe what kind of odor it is. But it's the only one, and I just find it bizarre. So I was just wondering if anybody else has experienced that, or if it's just me, because, you know, I got to be different. This is a piece of cardstock that I have had in my stash for years. I just took some of my circle punches and randomly punched out this cardstock, and I did it folded in half, as you could see, so I could get the circles on the other side. And I am just taking a really old white ink pad that I have, and I'm just using a sponge dauber, and I am sponging through these circles. Now I will overlap them and do different pressure so that not all of the white circles are the same. Some of them are lighter, some of them are darker. I do go off of my little template, so I have some square areas at one point, so I just go over it again with another circle just to cover that up so you can't really see that I had done that. I think it's right here when I move this away. I got a little aggressive, yeah, and there's a little edge right there. So I end up going back in a little bit and just put a different white circle right over it. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no correct way to do this. I just put down the circles until I am happy with the background that I have. I used to make cards like this all the time. I would do this and then I would put Stampin' Up! Had a product that would get tacky and then you could adhere glitter to it, and I would do that over this type of background and it would look like one of those, $7 Hallmark cards that you would get at Christmas time in the store. So see, that just covered up that incredibly harsh edge. So I was able to fix that by just using a little heavier hand and a bigger circle. So I'm just going to finish up only a couple more that I'm going to add in. And like I said, this is an old ink pad, so I don't worry the fact that I got the distress ink on it. You could wipe it off if that bothers you, or have one kind of a messy ink pad and have kind of a better one that you want for your stamping. So then I am going to take the two snowmen that do not have their stick arms, held up. They're holding, one of them's holding a present and the other one has just a coat on. I took those two because originally I was thinking I was going to put this through my scan and cut to do that, and I wasn't sure how well it would cut out the little stick arms that these two snowmen have, so I opted to skip that, but in the long run I ended up fussy cutting them out anyway. So I'm going to stamp these down using my Gina K amalgam ink, and I am going to stamp these twice. They are new stamps. I did not condition them very well, so I needed a second impression just to get a good dark line for these. I'm just using a dry eraser to give even pressure to the lid of my Misty. And so here they are, magically colored and cut out. I use my Zig markers, and then I am going to use my action wobblers to adhere these to this card because shaking snowmen sounds like fun. But before I do that, I am going to take this sentiment from the same stamp set, the Warmest Wishes, and stamp Let It Snow, and I am going to use Simon Says Stamp soft navy ink to do that, and I honestly only needed to stamp it once. I've thought for sure over the white pigment ink and all of that distress ink that it might give me a hard time stamping, because sometimes if they're not completely dry, your stamp will pick up some of that ink, but it stamped beautifully. So I'm just going to clean that up and get that out of the way, and then get the action wobblers. I saved you from watching me. I struggled with the adhesive backing on these action wobblers more than I care to admit. So we cut that part out. We're just going to adhere them down, and I put them a little low, and when I finished filming I moved them up a little bit and then added a snowbank to the bottom, like I said, just to give one a little bit more to the scene, and just ground the snowmen. They looked like they were kind of floating in a weird position, so I ended up fixing that, and like I said, I will put a picture of that at the end of the video. I have some exciting things coming up this year, so I hope that you will stay tuned to my channel. If you are subscribed, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being here and watching my videos and, just hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the description box or the comment section below. Description box, I tell you, words. It's a joke. Anyways, as always, I hope that y'all have a great day.